Well, it's Thursday, April 11th, 2013, and I'm all packed at the car, and I'm just gonna take off, start up the trail. It's 12 o'clock. Hello. It's taken me 30 minutes to reach here, the end of the dirt road where the trail starts. It'll probably take me another 30 or 45 minutes to reach the rock house right up there. So how you doing? It's been about an hour. I'm just about to the rock house. You can see it right behind me on the ridge and the canyon behind me that I'm going up. It's pretty nice. It's a good day, good weather, a little bit of snow up there, so the hiking won't be too bad once I get into the snow. A lot of fun. Well, it's been an hour and 40 minutes on the trail from the car, and here I am at the last few steps. Tuttle Creek Ashram, the stone house. And out this door, we see the North Fork of Tuttle Creek and the great 3,000-foot south face of Lone Pine Peak. So that's the canyon I'm going up after I take a little break. So after a little break, an orange, some sunscreen, water, I'm going out the back door, and this is where the trail ends and the cross country begins. So let's go for a walk. There's the front door, and there's one of the doors. You can see Lone Pine down there. So I gotta follow on a level path and go just past that big shiny bright wall to just below that big line of boulders. It'll take me a couple hours. Well, I just keep pushing through this brush, trying to stay level or creeping my way up. I just need to make it above that hill up there. Lone Pine Peak. And then there's the Stonehouse Buttress. And right below me is the bottom with the stream coming through. There's my path. This might be the first gully of two that I have to cross. The second one's real big. And then just above, you'll see a forest ahead of me right there that's growing on top of a giant ancient moraine. So I gotta stay to the left and go above that. Well, this may be the second gully. It goes all the way to the bottom. It's a big one. If it is, that's good, because from here I just got to continue up the forest. Getting close. Maybe another hour or two. It has been an hour since I left the stone house, and it's right down there. Doesn't seem like I've gone very far. I'm taking my time, even though I'm working as hard as I can. So there is the moraine of giant boulders. I avoid that by staying to the left on the hillside, and I just have to make it right above that. So not far to go. So I avoid that, all those boulders, by staying up here on this steep hillside towards this wall. I took a break last time at this exact spot, and I've been finding a good path and cairns along the way. It's 4 o'clock. I've been hearing this low-pitched kind of grunting sound not far away. I'm wondering if it's a bighorn sheep or a big deer calling for a mate. Let's be quiet and see if we hear it. It's really subtle. So I started down there at that snap tree. I'm climbing this steep hillside so I can avoid that hell boulder field down there. Look at that moraine of giant boulders. But you can hear that grunting sound. I'm getting closer to it. I just got to make it above those trees. And I know that if I get right up to this green wall, about 100 yards ahead, there's a good path. But I'm getting closer and closer to that grunting sound, so you know, it's a little weird. I made it to the wall, and I'm definitely above that grunting sound that never stops. So I feel a little better about that. I'm almost even with the top of that moraine, but I got a lot of climbing to go. And I'm going really slow. I feel a lot better now because I've passed the grunting sound. It's below me and I've passed it. And if you see down below that giant boulder field, I've avoided that by going all the way up against the wall on this side. And there's the giant south face right there, nearly 3,000 feet. I'm almost level where I gotta be, so I just gotta go a little more. So you'll see I'm against the left wall. And right where that snow is the path I took last year coming down. But that snow's too soft, so I'm staying on the rocks right next to it, just going straight through here. You see those little stacked rocks? Those are trail markers called cairns or ducks. Sometimes I make them. There are two big grouse. These pheasant. See them right there? They just flew by. They were wrestling or mating or something. I snuck up on them. That one just flew away. There's another one right here. There it is, right on the rock. You can't see it. It'll fly away. They don't fly too good. They're kind of fat like turkeys. It's right behind this tree. They sure are good to eat though. And sometimes I scare them and they fall out of trees and scare me. Let's find it. It's right there. Yeah, he's right there. They're kind of rare. I've only seen them a couple of times. See, there it is. Right behind that tree. He's hiding behind the tree. There he is. Right there. Dark brown, almost black, like a little turkey. You'll see I've reached the top of the moraine, and just up ahead, above the light on those shiny boulders, that's where I need to go. But I am so tired. I just need to go right past that light. And that's where I'm gonna camp. It's 5:30. I'm so close, but so far. Maybe 100 yards, but I'm trapped by these giant boulders. I just gotta get right over them, but I gotta go around them. This is it. I made it. Camp 1. There's the start of the famous direct south face of Lone Pine Peak. You'll see the second moraine. I can't hear the stream. It must be way ahead of me over there by the wall, buried. So I'll just find some snow because there's good camp spots right here. I think there's a snowbank. It's 5:30. I went looking for water, but I couldn't find any. I know above that moraine there's a stream, but the boulder fields are so big it just swallows the stream underground. So I'm making camp next to a snowbank, so there's plenty of water where I am. I brought my stove, so I'll just melt. It's about 6:10 and we are looking good. You know, I couldn't find water, but at the last minute I had packed my stove. So here's my camp. I already cleared a little spot to sleep right there. It's pretty soft. And I picked this spot because it has this snowbank. And I cleaned the top off, and you can see where it's clean, and it's a lot of snow. And then I found a big flat rock and moved it over here, and built this nice kitchen. So I'm gonna be boiling snow for the next hour and making a few quarts of water. And I'm gonna eat like crazy. See, there's my snow and there's my gear. There's the boulder field. I'll go above that tomorrow. And we are looking good. There's the giant wall. So I got my food bags connected to this string, going up into this tree. I think it's gonna work. Well, I'm all cleaned up. I hung the food bag, and it's just about 9 o'clock. There's some of my gear. There's no food here. Let's see, I'm gonna make my pillow. There's my bed. I got some water here. So I'm ready for bed. Good night. So I finished breakfast and I'm having coffee. I've been hearing that sound all morning, and the good news is I found the animal, and it's just one of those grouse, one of those birds. You see it right there. It's like a small turkey, and it's doing its little mating call. So that's good. In my mind, I didn't know what the hell it was. course, we always think of bears and mountain lions and all kinds of crap. Good morning. It's just about 9. I'm all packed up. I just called Marisa in Italy, and I'm gonna start hiking in just a minute. This is really an incredible spot. I need to avoid this boulder field and all the manzanita, and so what I do is I go through the forest to the left here, and I climb up as high as I can to get near that wall. There's a nice path below the wall, and then I follow the wall up till I get to that giant moraine. You see that huge boulder in the middle at the top of the trees? I cross the boulders right there. See you later. It's 9:45. I made it to the wall without too much problem, just steep, but I'm finding a good path. There's that giant boulder where I crossed the boulder field. You can see the giant line of boulders like a wall, and behind that is a nice meadow with water. Below it, the stream just disappears underground. That's why I couldn't find water. I reached the boulder field. I just got across this wall of boulders, and then I come into that meadow right on the other side. There should be a stream, even though I can't hear it yet. Well, I made it over that wall. I'm in the upper meadow, but the stream is totally dry. So I'm gonna go to the top of the meadow below the final wall and see if there's water. There's snow, but I want water. It's 11:30 and I'm gonna stop for lunch. I'm gonna camp somewhere nearby, but I want to get to the bottom of that last steep snowfield climb, because above that is the cirque, and there should be water right at the bottom of that steep part. If not, I got enough fuel to make it through all tomorrow. It just means I'll probably have to leave Sunday morning early if I can't find running water. Because it's been cold and it's such a low snowpack that it's just frozen and evaporating. It's not even flowing down through the forest. It is so strange. I'm sitting here eating my sardines and crackers and Parmesan cheese from Tuscany. I pick up my cell phone and I call Marisa. It's 9 o'clock at night. They just finished dinner. It's so strange to call Italy from the Sierra. It's 12:45 and I've begun again. Gonna hike a little bit to get above this forest. Hopefully find water ahead. That's the final climb up to the cirque. There's the top. The last trees before the cirque. I swear I hear water just down in the laurel. But the mind plays tricks on you. But it's gotta be. You hear that sound? That's water. We are set. We are set. So then from here, I'll make camp somewhere nearby, and all I gotta do is do that climb up there and reach the cirque. I needed some shade, so I climbed up into these trees. There's water flowing all the way through that middle. I could camp just below me where that sandy spot is. But for now I'm gonna go explore and pump water and see if I can find a better camp spot. Don't you just love that sound? It's heaven. I moved looking for a better place, maybe a little bit of shade. So this is it. This is camp. I just made my flat spot for my bed. Water's nearby, snow is nearby, and it's easy for me to cross in the morning to go up that snow slope all the way up to the cirque up there. I got up at 3:30 and I started up. It's just after 4 now, and I'm just going up the snowfield. And I got a little ways to go. Hopefully I'll see the sunrise when I get to the cirque. It's 5:15. I just made it to the cirque. There's no water. I got 3 quarts. And I can see the first glow of the sunrise. Let's see if you can see it too. No, it's too dark. I'll see it later. Well, I found a little bit of water. Right now it's frozen solid. But there's a little, oh there it is, it's flowing right there. I can get water here, so that's good. That means I can go up high. See, it comes right out of this snowpack. Cool. It's 6 o'clock and I'm up in the back of the cirque. I found the South Gully and there it is, but there's no snow in it, so climbing up the rocks is just too difficult. I'd much rather climb the snow. It's easier, safer. So look, there's Mount Le Conte. You can see the top of Mount Corcoran peeking on the left. I'd prefer to try to climb that couloir on the right of Le Conte. But it's an easy 1,000 feet to the top of the snow, and then another 500 to climb Le Conte. It's 7:10. I'm all ready to go. I stashed some of my gear under the rocks over here, so my pack is lighter. Wow, these walls are huge, 1,000 feet. I've been climbing this snowfield for about a half an hour. It's about 30 degrees, the angle. It's not too bad. I just go slowly back and forth. Pretty soon, I'm going to enter the chute right there. Well, I'm in the final stretch. It's getting narrow, a little steeper. You can see the pinnacles at the top. I think I'm aiming for that little pointy one on the left. Well, I've made it through the steepest section, the narrow section, and now I'm getting real close. I have to stop about every 20 steps. But there it is. There's the top. There's the top, but I'm dying, so mostly because of the sun out in the snowfield. The sunlight is just intense and I don't have my sunglasses on. So I climbed over to the shade. It took me 6 hours and 15 minutes, but I reached the plateau. The summit of Mount Le Conte is just right there, a few hundred feet, and you'll see that ledge. I didn't do that because I've never been here, but you follow that ledge across, and you see the little notch. I came to that from the other side and went to the summit last summer. God, that was hard. So I'm definitely maybe 13,500. I haven't checked, maybe higher. That's Lone Pine Peak. You can see the Mason Lake watershed right below me. Owens Valley. You can see White Mountain in the background, way in the background. And there's Mount Whitney, just came into view off in the distance. Lots of big mountains up here. Well, it looks like I went the right way. Langley, Mount Corcoran. It looks like right there, that's my route, right along that snow, and I follow that up to the summit. It says that if you get to the end of the chute and go a little too far, you come to a notch, and you can see Mason Lake on the other side, and look, there it is, frozen Mason Lake. You can see Lone Pine Peak. Here we are in the summit. Mount Whitney over there. Mason Lake. I'm standing on the tiny summit block. There's the arete that I'm gonna go back down. There's the canyon I came up. And here's the Comb Ridge. Mount Corcoran, Mount Langley off in the distance. It's time to go down. Taking the last look. You can see a lot up here. So coming down is fast and safe because I go backwards like on a ladder. So my axe is set in deep. Well, I'm coming down really fast and really safe on my front points, setting my pick in deep every step. It's going great. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's nice walking through these boulder fields with snow, but you got to be careful. Now this isn't a glacier, but the snow can be deep, especially next to the big boulders, and the sun warms the boulders and melts the snow away and you can't see it, and sometimes you sink up to your hips suddenly. So you got to be careful and just walk slow and find the way through. It can be a real mess. Look at that. So I'm trying to avoid all that and stay over here on the sandy parts. So I found some water. I just pumped 3 quarts. Made one of them into Gatorade. So I'm doing good. Another day is coming to an end. I got back to camp at 3:45, which made the hike exactly 12 hours. I spent an hour at the stream washing my clothes and trying to recover, pumping a little water. And now I've been at my bag, eating. I just called home and talked to Mom. And I'm just hanging out. Obviously I'm exhausted. So I won't have any trouble falling to sleep early. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock. I'm all packed up and I'm ready to go. I just called Marisa in Italy and they're about to eat dinner. It should take me, I don't know, maybe 5 hours to get down. It's rough, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. See you later. I'm crossing this talus field. If you're ever wondering what talus is, this is talus. This is talus. But I want to avoid the giant boulders and manzanita. Manzanita's like barbed wire. So I'm going to go above this little forest and sneak around the other side. And then on the far side you can see the line of giant boulders tumbling down. That's the boulder field I gotta cross. There's the boulder field right ahead of me. But I need to pause in this enchanting forest. Wow, look at that beautiful color. Okay, which way? This way. Not bad. We made it through that pretty easy. But that was only about halfway. There's still a lot more. Those trees are the other side. Wow, look at that balancing block in the middle there. It's huge. It's a puzzle or a labyrinth. I keep getting trapped. It's hard work, but I'm almost there. Just keeps getting farther and farther. Damn. So this is it. Straight down. You can actually see the stone house. Not without my zoom lens, you gotta look carefully. And even my car, where that dirt road starts. It's not that far, but it'll take some work. So now I follow the wall on the right side. I stay as high as possible, as close to that wall as I can. Well, I'm making good time. It's about 11. I'm just passing where I camped the first night. And if you look straight ahead, right in the middle, there's a triangular topped boulder and 2 tall trees. That's where I hung my food. I climbed to the top of that boulder and stuck it in the tree. So it was right in there. And then from there, it drops down steeply, really steeply. And the stone house is so close. I mean, it's right there. I don't know if you can see it. It's just straight in the middle there. And I'm following the big green wall right here. Last time there was no snow, so I climbed right where the snow was because it's a good path. But right now I'm kind of in the sand. It's good because I stay away from the forest. There's a rainbow around the sun. I don't know if you can see it from the ice crystals in the high atmosphere. I'm just following the rocks and sand right along the snow to avoid all that mess down below. I came up a lot lower. It's hard to find the right path coming up, but coming down it's easier. You got gravity pulling you. So this is the second gully, which is about an hour and a half coming up. So I'm getting real close. You could almost see the rock house, but it's hidden behind a tree. So I gotta go down lower and cross right about at that big boulder. When I dropped into the first gully, I made a real good choice. You can see the rock house right there. And I found the great marked path. I've been going a little too fast though. I fell down a couple of times. My ankles are just too tired. But I'm almost there. It's 9:05. No, it's 12:05. I started at 9, so it's been about 3 hours. And I'm pretty excited about this because I'm going to be taking a break soon. And it's 9 o'clock at night in Italy, so I can call Marisa, let her know I'm safe. Because from the stone house going down on the trail, it takes about 45 minutes. Somebody's here. Hi. Hi guys. A lot better now.
Where are you coming from?
Okay, one last look and we say goodbye. I called Marisa, had a little talk with the couple that were here. Now let's get out of here. Should take me about 45 minutes, but it's difficult because it's really steep. See, there it is. I gotta go down to the bottom there. Okay, here we go. So I'm at the car, I took a shower, I'm all packed up. Marisa just called me from Italy, and I'm saying bye. So you see that big peak on the right? Mount Le Conte, and the snow that comes off it on the right, that's what I climbed. So that's where we went. Ciao, ciao.